Blackness rides on the baddest.
Well, here we are again. And look at that view. A spring day in February. Well, if it's still spring. It was supposed to be all sunny and lovely, but they do tend to lie. But yeah, look at that view. And also, look at that view. Today is the day. It's a very nostalgic day, actually. Today is the day we test ride Honda's CRF1000L Africa Twin. And this has been a long time in the waiting. Look at her, and it's come pre-muddy. Well, we've just flung a little bit of mud up it, but it wasn't spotless out the showroom. It's only done 300 miles, this beautiful little demonstrator that we've been kindly lent from Churchill Motorcycles in Ventnor, here on the Isle of Wight. And look at her, 330 miles on the clock. Apparently these are running at 300 miles. But yeah, what a little sweetie. Let's give you a little run through. She's slim. She feels quite light. She's not too high. I like a bit of a high bike with this kind of guys, but she's all good. Let's have a go. As you see, it has got a bit of trickery, but it is fairly basic. We've got no electric suspension or rider modes or any of that newfangledness. Let's go for a little ride and I'll tell you all about her. Hopefully there shouldn't be too many cars about today. And I'm taking you on the first little part of our expedition down the famous Military Road, or Millie Road as the locals like to call it. Hopefully it's not too windy and you'll be able to hear me alright. But yeah, anyway, so this is, well, it's been 15 years in the making. Let me to give you a little bit of history of my nostalgia on this. Back in the late 80s, Honda produced a bike. It was all very the old Paris-Dakar was a bit of a big thing back when I was a kiddie, especially as I used to like a bit of off-roading and motocross myself. But anyway, off the back of their Paris-Dakar wins, Honda bought out the what was it? I'm always shit with letters. XFV 750. The original Africa Twin, and they ran that. I think it came out in 1988, 89, and ran through to 2003. Then they stopped making them. 15 years later, seeing that the adventure market is so big, they thought they'd have another go, and this is what they've brought out. It's no longer a V, it's a 1000cc parallel twin, liquid cooled, of course. Let's just adjust that camera. Oh, I hope you can hear me, it's a bit windy out here. Still a double cradle frame, something like that, and it's actually been sort of borrowed from the CRF450, the off-roader. So it's got a lot of off-road heritage. car. When it does get windy down here, it does get windy. Oh, incoming spray. And yeah, this is what we got. Like I said, this particular model, they come out in two models, two variations. You've got this one, which is the standard normal gear shift clutch operated machine, and they've also got the DTC, dual, is it DTC? No, DCT, dual clutch transmission, which basically means you get one without a gear changer, without a clutch, it does it automatically. You get a little flipper button. Always got to remember this dodgy little corner. And for some very airy moments on the old Fireblade round here. Always forget about this one. We're alright, we're safe. And yeah, but this is the base model. You know, I don't mind a gear change myself. These weigh in, I think, at around 230 kilos. So she ain't light. She does feel quite light. It has got traction control and ABS. You can't switch it off. You've got three selections on the traction control, from full traction, less traction, even less traction. You can switch the ABS off on the rear only. And that's about it. The DCT model has got various other modes, sports modes, some gravity G button for declines and all of that. It's supposed to be absolutely really amazing when you get used to it. Get your head around you and go change gear and stuff. But it does make it a little bit heavier. It's about 10 kilos that puts on somehow. But unfortunately we ain't got the luxury of trying that one just at the moment. This does come, well, this has got a few optional extras on this one. Engine bars, auxiliary lights, and here we go, just about to switch this on because my hands get a little bit chilly. Heated grips. I'm not sure, it's got a weird little, depending on how many times you push it, it flashes at you faster or slower. So I think we go for the fastest flashy and opening, that's the hottest. Yeah. What else it got? It's got a lovely dashboard, as you can see there. Tells you everything's going on. We'll run through that one a bit later. And yeah, she feels quite nice. First impressions on riding it, it's very slim. The seat is pretty damn firm and also slim. The original 750 Twins had a bit more of a comfier seat. This hasn't got any electric suspension and all that. It's got your conventional showers, all with adjustable preload, damping, compression. It's got a huge suspension travel, something around, I don't know, like 9 inches or something crazy. Which is all going to be good when you hit the dirty stuff. But it does actually feel quite firm and alright on the road. I think if it was mine, I would have to little play around with them. I don't know why, my bloody visor is proper fogged up today. I'm having a lot of trouble with me pin-lock visor insert thing. I keep messing around with it, but it just ain't playing ball. So you have to excuse me a little bit of wind noise while I try and get a bit of clearance so I can see where the hell I'm going. There was a lot of talk of the aerodynamics and the wind tunnel technology that went into it. And this one is actually fitted with the higher screen. Like I said, what comes as optionals on this particular model is heated grips, higher screen, engine bars, auxiliary lights, some little bit of plastic down there that stops your chip interfering off too much, something like that, and different pillion pegs or something. got a nice little system on it for Honda Venture panniers and top box that clink straight on. But yeah, engine. It's quite sedate. You know, for 1,000, it has got punch. I think the engine's about 93 brake horsepower, 73 newtons of torque or something. All the way through here I've been rolling it in very high gear. Been very gentle with them. Let's give it a little punch. That's in 4th gear, open it right up. Yeah. Yeah, it's alright. It's not going to catch you alight or point the nose to the sky or anything. But you know, it's nice, it's gentle, it's progressive. From what I've read, it benefits from keeping her above 5,000 revs. Max power's out at around 7,500, and I think your red line at 8,000 anyway. But I think luggaged up and with a pillion on it, you're going to need to find all of its horsepower, because it doesn't feel like it's got bags of excess. Oh, it does bounce around a bit. It's got a 21-inch wheel on the front, 18 on the back, so you get a good variation of, let's go for this, good variation of off-road rubber to be had on it. I don't know if it's this big front wheel and suspension that's making it a little bit sluggish on the turnings, but compared to something like my GSA, which you'd think would be quite slow, is actually feel a lot more nimble than this, even though I've got about an extra 20 kilos of weight I'm carrying on that. Doesn't dive really badly for something with such big suspension travel. ABS is permanent on the front end. But you know, on a road like this, which is, you know, nice little windy, fairly fast road, really shitty road condition, which feels lovely. They've come in at like an in-between market, where a lot of the brands like BM and Triumph and all that with their Adventure series, they've gone with the 800 route and then jump up to the 1200s. This is slap bang in the middle at 1,000, and I think that is actually a nice place to be, because it does have the kind of feel and the more smallness of like the 800 sort of series, like the BMW F800 GS and all of that. It feels like, well, compared to the Triumph 800, it feels more punchy, which it should do. It does feel quite on par with the F800. Maybe not quite as, I don't know, not quite as stable. I don't know if stable's the right word. Right, I'm going to have to lift the old visor up and clear that out a little bit again. Right, where are we going? Oh, I know where we're going. Because like with all these dirty style bikes, we need to find a few puddles, don't we? Yeah, for a long haul bike, you might want to look at addressing the saddle. But yeah, she's feeling nice and smooth. Yeah, it's a little bit divey on the front end there. Let's get around all this shit. I know that fella. yeah, so now's the time to have a little look at the dash there. It's all very nice. Honda have put their indicator down where most put their horns. So, like I earlier found, cancelling the indicator without thinking about it, you tend to give it a little toot of the horn. But yeah, you get used to that. Feels a little bit buzzy. Feel a bit of buzz through the foot pegs. In low and mid gears, you know, it's nice. It's got a nice progressive bit of power going into it. Oop, oop. But yeah, like I said, ever since back in '89, I remember being a 15-year-old boy. Used to, during my lunch breaks, go down, grab a bag of chips, and I'd go to the local bike garage. And in the window, there would be an Africa Twin and a Suzuki DR800, or DR Big as they were called. And I used to just sit there dreaming thoughts of the Paris-Dakar. But yeah, until today, this is my first experience of riding an Africa Twin. Which way am I going in? Right, I have to remember where I'm going. Where am I going? Yarmouth, Tottenham. Let's go through here. And actually, in the showroom, they did have one of the old, I think it was a 2001. Oh god, I think I want to go. Let's go Totland. Yeah, they had 2001 750 Africa Twin. It was a nostalgic thing to stare at. It was nice. And they still look a capable machine, even by today's standards. They do actually look quite a bit bigger and more presence than this little slimline. But this is, you know, it's very Honda-ish. It's got obviously a nice build quality about it. And you kind of see if Honda was to take one of their more sports-orientated bikes, say a Fireblade, and an off-roader, like one of their crossers, CRF something rather, stuck it in a blender, hit the on button and then poured out what was the end result, you would definitely see where this is dropped out from. You know, they've made it very sleek. It's quite nice. We'll look totally at home, bombing it across the desert. Right, I'm going to get stuck behind some cars for a little bit, so I'm going to switch off until we're at our next destination, which, although again I'm probably not supposed to be going up, always makes for an interesting little bit of filming. See you in a second. Well, here we are on a public bridleway which I really shouldn't be anywhere near. But hey, we've got an Africa Twin. It hasn't really got off-roady tyres by any means. I think these are the tyres that come standard on it, obviously. Some Dunlop Trail Max. I think Trail Max is them being a bit optimistic. But anyway, let's give you a little run through what we got here. Right. So we turn her on. As you see, very lovely little dash. Obviously all your warning lights and everything like that. Now we have a traction control. Now, this little trigger here, we are running, aren't we? Yeah, we are running. As you see, when I pull it, what did it do? Do anything? No. Maybe we need to turn her on. Right. Let's see if it works now. Now this is the traction control. Pull it once. Less traction control. Pull it twice. Even less traction control. So that gives it, you can't turn it right off, but that'll give it as near as not to any traction control as you can have. Pull the trigger again, that little trigger there. And that's normally where your flashes are. So you might, forget yourself, be flashing things, you're just pissing around with your traction control. Obviously, engine temperature, miles. Then you've got this little select button here. As you see, little select button. So you push it once, and all that does is tells you your consumption sort of shenanigans. Right, now, this hasn't got the most massive of tank. The original one had like a 23 litre tank or something. This one, I'll have to put up what litre is, but it's got one of these eco-engine-y sort of shenanigans, and it puts out and claimed up to 60 miles per gallon, depending on how you ride it. ABS, push that, that'll turn the ABS off to the rear only, it'll always keep ABS on the front. And then you've got this button over here, which just puts on your auxiliary lights. Down here, you've got a nice little power outlet, if I can get that bugger open, and that takes your standard kind of cigarette lighter power sockety thing, charging your phone up. Nice little dash, nice little shroud in there, but it leaves this bit open. You think it looks like it needs a bit on there. These come obviously with the Honda HISS system, which is your Honda intelligent security system or something. But yeah, let's just take the old traction off down to bare necessities, and well, until we get told off, let's go this way. Right, now these bad boys, they like to be stood up on, and this feels quite nice. So a little roll through here. Still feels well, it does what it should. A bit of mud, solder on. First gear trundling through. Bearing in mind I've got absolutely no knobblies on, she feels very nice and secure. Got to be very careful I don't spin the fucker out. I didn't use the F word, do I? But yeah, she feels nice and stable. Legs are in a nice position. Does feel a little bit tighter sitting down with the position of the pegs to the saddle. Standing up though, she feels nice. That brake's in a good position, we can get on that if need be. There you go. And we're off-roading. It's a bit of a muddy, stony kind of track. Gravel, everything. All sorts of road surfaces thrown into one on this. Just want to come down here. Well, I won't go that far. But yeah, just changes direction nice. It's not tram lining or whatever you call it. You know, you feel the odd little slip out, but it feels totally in control. Let's go down here a little bit further. There you go, changing direction. She does that sweetly, she hasn't spat me out anywhere yet. Yeah, obviously I'm going to gun it through here. I'll have to sign another 500 quid insurance waiver. Oh, there's a proper slippy bit. Yeah, she's nice. Right, that'll do me. Tempt fate too much. She's got a really nice lock on her. Turn her around in tight little spaces. Nice, plenty of low down punch. Like I said, it hasn't got the rider modes like a lot of the others, or enduro and all that. It's just what it is. It's just more raw. But yeah, beautifully balanced. Ooh. Changes direction wherever you want to go. Really nicely off-road orientated. And I've splashed loads of shit up her. Oh dear. As you see, I'm taking the lumpiest route for all of this, just to fully test it while we can. At 6'2", standing position for me is nice. Gets you to lean forward a little bit into the bars. Take the weight off the back wheel. Just threading the throttle a little bit. Loads of nice little punch. But it's not getting carried away, it's all very controllable. I'll just wash the wheels off a little bit. Absolutely lovely. Right, join me back on the road in a minute, because I'll just go and have another little go at that.
Watching a man as Zenith represent, and you're watching Blackness rides.
Right, so we got her out of all the shit. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a bit of trouble here. Well, not trouble, but I'm going to get tired at. It's definitely more shitty than when I picked her up an hour ago. But hey, just have to blame it. It's been raining some puddles. We live in quite a rural area. And the fact that I've just bombed it up some bridle way. But yeah, summary. Nicely balanced, very nicely balanced. A little bit slow on the steering on the road, but it steers. Engine, nice, balanced. Whoop, airborne. And a little bit vibraty, bit of buzz, but you know, nothing mad. Lots of suspension travel, a little bit of dive, but you can harden these things up. It's all fully adjustable. But nice for off-road. You know, this was definitely, I think, when they looked upon it, was more biased towards being off-road, which is nice in this kind of category bike. There's nothing worse than a so-called dual sport or adventure bike that really don't like going off-road. Instruments, really nice, easily laid out, simple. See, plenty of poke in the engine. It surprises you because I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to speed though when I first brought her out, but yeah, it goes, and that's always a good sign of smoothness. Yeah, she does get you up there. I don't know what the top speed of it is. Yeah, that's not really a top speed merchant. They come in 3 colours so far. The one we have before us, the red, white and blue. A black and red, I believe. And a more, well, it's not too dissimilar to this one, but they're rally, Honda rally colours, a bit of HRC kind of influence. So yeah, a lot of positives going for it. Would be nice to try the TDC model. TDC? No, dual clutch, DCT model, and see how that trickery works. Imagine that's quite nice once you get your head around it. especially for lazy people who don't like changing gear. Look at that, 4th gear, open the throttle up. Yeah, all the punch you really need. Price range, I don't know if I mentioned that, but I think this works out about 10.5 grand for this model when you bolt on a few extras. Or the DCT one, which I think is only about 700 quid more. Which, you know, for the extra bit of trickery is not bad. Would I have one? Yeah, I would. I would. I like it. I do like it. You know, would I have one over my GSA? Not for what I need, because I will be spending, you know, a great deal of time on the old hard stuff. But if I had to go across the desert, entering into the Paris-Dakar, well, it's just the Dakar as it's known now, which would I have? I think my fitness levels and sanity would probably prefer this, because it's definitely got the heritage for some of that going on. But if I was in the market for that kind of smaller engine side adventure bike, you know, with all the 800s and all that, don't get me wrong, the F800 I just let a little blat on recently that my friends bought. Absolutely lovely thing, great things. Have a test ride on one of them, but also have a test ride on this. It'd be quite interesting to see how these do in the marketplace, because here it goes, we're having a little test here through the twisties and all that. Whoop, little tracksy, slidey bit, slide. Now I'm getting more used to it. It's, you can throw it in a little bit more. You know, it's not quite as slow as I first thought it was. I think the big wheel does, on the front end, does have a little bit of flex going on maybe, or gives it that kind of feeling. But no, there's a lot of fun to be had on one of these. Right at this moment, I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Downside, mainly the saddle. After 45 minutes on a bumpy road, my derriere was not thanking me too much. My spine knew about it a little bit. But that's just me being sensitive today, I think. Yeah, no, this gets full thumbs up. Very capable, practical bit of machinery. Well done, Honda. You haven't disappointed me. And until next time, because I better get this back now. Go back and get tutted at for all the mud. But yeah, until next time, my friends. Keep it twisted. Ride safe.